KUAW.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show.
That's what I'm talking about. Courtney Black. Where are we going, Kyle Irby?
George R. Smith College in Sedalia, Missouri. It was open from 18.
It's Courtney Black with the facts.
Welcome. It's your boy, Mr. Scrilltown himself, aka Fetty Skrills, on another episode of Welcome to Scrilltown. We had to change up a little bit due to some, I would say, unknown circumstances, but our guest couldn't make it. He's under the weather. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to have our own on-air live Skrillology 101 segment. We're going to have an episode. We're going to talk about things. You guys can call in, ask me questions on what I'm talking about. The number is 816-599-6893. Let me see if I can get some people on here tapped in on doing this. But yeah, we most definitely gonna get it in tonight. Let me turn that on. Get this watch party going. Magmino, what's up? What's going on, man? What's cracking? Yeah, we're gonna get this thing popping, man. The first half of the episode, we're gonna do time is money, money is time, and then when we come back for the second part, we're gonna do time waits for no man. So like I said, I got the number up there, 816-599-6893. You can call in at any time, ask me any questions, but I'm gonna get into it. Shout out to everybody that is a fan, supporter, family, friend for the Scrilltown MO movement. Shout out to KUAW for giving us opportunity every week, Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, to come on and do this Welcome to Scrilltown show. Shout out to all the Scrilltown MO team and everybody that supports us. Sony, UMG, In Grooves, Rich Nation, Bank, Big Bank for Life, Dogface Music, just everybody, man. Everybody that support us. All, Gina from Midwest Saloon, everybody. But we're gonna get into it. Time is money, money is time. So what I mean by that is, when you're in the industry as an artist, as an entertainer, DJ, producer, you got to realize, that back in the day, there were times where you could become successful as an artist or an entertainer by getting discovered. And times have changed. They've changed a lot to the point where now they expect you to be more independent. What's going on, Pretty Boy Leak? What's going on, Leo, man? Big Leo. What's up, Chester? What's up, Gina? But yeah, they expect you to be a little bit more independent. They want to see what you can do before they put all their cards and invest all their time into you. And that's what a lot of people don't realize coming into the industry. They think that they could just do a couple of talent shows, get and become famous. They think that they could have a couple of EPs or singles out and, get discovered. They even think to the point where they might have 500,000 streams and they're going to get, signed right then and there. That's not how it happens anymore. So your best bet as an artist, entertainer, as a CEO of an indie label, DJ, producer, whatever, you got to invest your time, man. You got to invest your time. You got to invest your money. Have a budget. You got to have a blueprint, have a plan, have a plan A, B, and C. Starting with A, money. Time is money, money is time. Meaning that when you invest in any dream or when you invest into your futures, you don't do it short term, you do it long term. You don't settle for less, you settle for the best. So with that being said, you have to look at that when you go into this game, into this music game. You got to look at it as the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And like I said, the labels are looking to see what you're going to put into it. So when it comes to just from the ground level, starting, from the bottom, writing a song, recording a song, you don't go to these cheap studios with this cheap equipment and these cheap beats, these YouTube beats. Nothing against them and they hustle, but if you're gonna do it the right way, do it the right way. Customize your beat, get the exclusive rights to your beat. Get something that's original. Don't get something that everybody's used. Get something that's gonna benefit you and not something that's just catchy. Get a quality track. Don't just get a mediocre track or something that everybody quote unquote likes. Get something that's going to stand out. That's number one. Number two, like I said, when you go into the studio, or if you have your own studio, buy the right equipment. Don't buy cheap equipment. Buy equipment that's going to do you some good, that's going to benefit you. Because if you don't, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying? It's like back in the day, if you bought cheap shoes or cheap clothes, eventually they would tear up, they would rip, but if you went out and bought the nice brand of clothes, it would last you longer. Well, that's kind of how it is. Treat your music like you would treat anything else. You don't go out and buy some car that's gonna break down every 5 minutes. You go out and buy a quality car, it'll last you a lot longer. So with that, I see Leo, he got the muscles up. And yeah, what's up, Gina? I need more people to tap in, man. This is some good game that I'm telling y'all. So anyway, with that being said, when it comes to quality equipment, you have to have it. You got to have that quality sound. A lot of times, people send in songs for review. They want my professional opinion. And 9 times out of 10, I'm telling them about the quality of something. Either it's the quality of the microphones or the quality of the beat or something. You can hear it. And if you got that musical ear, you really can hear it. And I'm not afraid to tell people that, hey, this ain't working for you. It just ain't. So you start off with those. Let me see if I can get this going. You start off with those and then you move up. So the song's made. What next? All right. So there's a couple ways you can do this, but you have to invest your money. Are you gonna register your song? Of course you're gonna register it if you're about anything. You're not just gonna do a song and put it out. That'd be crazy. That's crazy talk. Are you gonna copyright your material? Of course you are. All that takes money. Registering through BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, copywriting, your whole entire project. Yeah, you got to do those things. And then processing your music, getting it on Nielsen, SoundScan for radio and so forth. Time. Everything is not money. A lot of things are time. But time and money go hand in hand in this industry. So once again, you go to that. So now the song's ready. And you got to learn the game and learn what to distribute, what not to distribute. The smartest thing to do is to find some experienced ears, some people that have actually listened to good music and bad music, and have them review the project before you put anything out. Don't just put it out because you think it sound good. or you and your boys, or you and your homegirls, or whoever, y'all like it, so I'm putting it out. That's not how it works. That's not how I would suggest you do it. Best way for you to do it is one or two ways. You go out, like I said, you get about 4 or 5 experienced ears, and you send the project to them, and you let them review it for you, top to bottom. If it's just one song, let them review the one song. If it's 5 or more, let them review the whole album, and ask them, what do you prefer to be your first single? And then get all of the criticism. Don't just get the positive feedback, but get the negative criticism as well. Which song is trash? Which song has poor quality? Which song has it's like unbalanced, uneven, it's not leveled right. You want all of that. And then once you get that, don't just take it for face value. Ask them why. Why is this song trash? Why is this song better? And so forth. But if you don't do that, then you go out and you get one of your bloggers. You contact them by email or by phone if you got that connection, and you have them review it. And with bloggers, especially like social media bloggers, they're always listening to music. So you get somebody in that position to do it. Give them let them give you their expertise, and then you take it, you run with it. If they tell you that you shouldn't use this song as a single, but you should use that song, then that's what you do. And you just go with it, because they're more experienced with the ears, because they hear a lot of different music day in and day out. So then after you do that, then that's when you start strategizing. And once again, I'm gonna say it again, time is money, money is time. So I had a conversation with an artist today, up and coming, hot, very talented. As we talked and we spoke, I told her, I said, don't spend anything that you can't spend or you can't afford. So I'm gonna give you guys the same advice. If you can't afford it, don't spend it. Wait. You can always wait. It'll be there. Your stuff ain't going nowhere. Now, granted, things change, prices change, and so forth, but you gotta strategize it the right way, or it's gonna fail you anyway. If you come out the wrong time, or if you do it the wrong way, it's gonna fail. So it's better just to strategize things, have a game plan. It's like anything else. You playing football, basketball, anything like that. You don't just go out there and play. You strategize. I'm gonna do this move, or if I get trapped, I'm gonna do this. Well, it's the same thing. You gotta have a strategy. You gotta have a strategy. So with that, yeah, you think about how much money you can afford. Think about what is gonna make sense, and then you try to get as much free advice as you can. And normally people contact me and they ask me for advice, but I also provide consultations where I can give you all the information for an hour. But you want to get with someone that can give you as much information as possible before you go out and spend anything. And if you can do that, if you have the connections where you can sit down and talk to somebody and they can give you professional advice, I would advise that. I most definitely would advise that, because if you don't, you'll spend something that you shouldn't have spent. So with that, let's say you have this hot single. How are you gonna promote it? What's your strategy? Well, if I was an artist with a small budget, or maybe an average budget, I would say this: right about between $200 and $300 will get you started. That will get you started. Keyword is started. You're not gonna win a Grammy Award with $300. You're not gonna win a platinum plaque with $300. But it'll get you started. It'll get the door to open. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to strategizing and marketing, you have to have a method. You can't just put all your coins in one basket. So if you think that you can put 100 playlists out through Spotify and Apple, and that's gonna be golden, you're wrong. If you think that you can put 2,000 blogs out and that's it, you're wrong. If you think that you can just put your music on the radio, you're wrong. If you think you can just do radio interviews and that's it, you're wrong. If you think you can just do videos and that's it, you're wrong. But guess what? If you put all those together in some type of strategy, you will be successful. You most definitely will be successful. And like I said, 30 days. It's like anything else. You do something and then you sit and you watch it grow. And then at the end of the cycle, you look at the results and see how it did. If it did good, if you progressed, then you can either stick with that method for a little bit longer, or you can go to something else, or you can add to it. So let's say you want to stick with this method. It's going well, it's going good, but you want to add a little bit more to it. Now remember, you're working with $300. Throw another 75 on top of that. You know, invest 75 more dollars, see where that'll take you. So now it's 375 for the second month. And once again, you watch it grow. But in the meantime, you don't only depend on your marketing and promotional team. You do it yourself too. Because remember, the labels, Sony, Warner, Universal, they watching too. And if you just depending on a team or a company, that ain't gonna get it. That's not being independent. Look at the definition of independent and you'll see exactly what that is. But that's not being it. So you go out here and you be independent and you promote yourself and you allow them to promote you as well. And then y'all work together as a team to build your brand, to build your name, to build that song, to build that buzz, to build that fan base. And you know, if you're able to do shows and virtual concerts, and talk shows, radio shows, whatever, anything that keep you in front of the camera, that's good. All of those are good. You know, you need to stay in front of the camera as much as possible. So, like I said, back to that. We in month 2, 375. We watching the numbers grow. They will grow. It's a method. It'll happen. You stay on that. Do you go and bring out another song and start promoting that? No. You continue to invest in the product you have. And as it does it, you go out and you write other songs, you record other songs. Keep yourself busy. Like I said, if you got any shows you can do them. If you don't, that's fine. Stay in front of the camera. You can go on Facebook every day if you want to, or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, but just stay in front, you know, stay busy. But in the meantime, you continue to promote that music, you know, and like I said, you have to make time for that. Time is money, money is time. So with that, we're going into month 3. Now, will you do 420, 425, or will you do 400? Remember, you're at 375. A smart person would do 450. That's 75 more dollars. So in month 3, you've invested 300, 375, 450. 450 is going to get you a lot more material. You've invested for 2 months already. You buzzing. It'll add more playlists. You know, you'll have some interviews. You might even have some video promotion depending on if you have a video. You know, and you'll continue to grow, and like I said, stay on social media constantly. And you know, you just continue to do that while you hustle, while you grind, keep your name out there. So as it goes on, I recommend at least 6 months on one song, at least. And you know, it'll go up every month. Don't stay the same. Don't do 450 in the 3rd month and then 450 again in, you know, the 4th month. Don't be cheap, because remember, the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. You know, hopefully by the 6th month you'll be up to 1,000 or more. I mean, and honestly, if you could start at 4 and go up to 1,500 in that 6-month period, that would be great. Because like I said, it's all about what you put in. But just don't be that person that think 75, 100, 150, 200 is gonna do anything for you, because it's not. It's just not the way things are set up, you know. So you have to think about that when you go into this. If you cannot afford to invest money and time in your music career, then I would advise you to wait. I wouldn't advise you to not do it at all. I would just advise you to wait, because if you do it at the wrong time and you can't afford to do it, then your career will always be on hold. Trust me, you will always stop and start, and that's not good, especially if you're talented. If you're a talented person, what's up, Neil, man? What's going on? What's up, Billy, man? If you're a talented artist, producer, DJ, entrepreneur, any of those, and you stop and start all the time, people won't have faith in you. That's just the way it is. If I had a fast food restaurant that had the best burgers in town, but every time you went to go eat at my place, it was shut down, eventually you would stop coming. You would stop coming to that restaurant. And that's how you lose fans in the music industry, period. So the only way that you can progress is by having those things in place. And if you can't afford to have them, then you won't progress, you know. So yeah, like I said, you have to have time and you have to have money. You don't have to be a millionaire, and you don't have to quit your full-time job to do music, but you gotta have time in between. One of the most successful things I ever done in my life was go to a 2-hour time management class. That was it. Dude sat down, talked to us for 2 hours about managing time. And you know, it was one of those classes that I just happened to sign up for just because I wanted to get out of work, and it ended up being the greatest thing I ever did, because once you got that, you know, on your tool belt, that's everything. Time, money, managing those things. Once you got that, you can control your destiny in any field, not just music, but anything. You know, and it's a lot of times that people don't know how to manage their time, and it normally falls into them not knowing how to manage their money. So just think, if you can manage your time, you can manage your money. So yeah, with that being said, like I said, time is money, money's time. But I do want you guys to tap in before I go to break. So I'm looking for a caller to hit me up and ask me anything, 816-599-6893, in regard to what we're talking about on this episode of Skrillology 101. So like I said, 816-599-6893. This is KUAW. Welcome to Scrilltown. I'm waiting to see if anybody gonna call in before we go to break. Until then, like I said, when it comes to investing in any field, it's always a smart thing to do. Time is money, money is time. It doesn't matter if it's sports, music, fashion, any of that. It's all the same. It all goes hand in hand. And if you don't think investing is a smart idea, you're wrong. And if you think that you can shortcut any career, any grind, any endeavor in life, you're wrong. You know, you might be able to go through the back door, but the only way you're going to come out in the front from the back is by doing it the right way when you get in. So just think about that. If you go in the back door and you sneak in, the only way you're coming out the front is by doing it the right way while you're inside. Meaning that I can start off cheap, but eventually I'm gonna have to spend some money. You know, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I can start off this way, but eventually I'm gonna have to do it the right way because everything's a machine. That's what a lot of people don't know about. How you doing, Christine? What's going on? Is that this is all a machine. Everything, how we live is a machine. So in order for the machine to work properly, you have to do things the right way. So with that being said, I ain't had no callers yet. We're gonna go to break, and when we come back, we're gonna go into our second segment of Skrillology 101, and it's gonna be called Time Waits for No One. Not no man, because we got women and men on here, and we all grinders. Time waits for no one. So come back with us. We will be back in 2 and 2. Welcome to Scrilltown.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show.
That's what I'm talking about, Courtney Black. Where are we going, Kyle Irving?
George R. Smith College in Sedalia, Missouri. It was open from 18.
It's Courtney Black with the facts on Cheryl Underwood Radio, and you were in the entertainment segment with Courtney and Kyle. It's time for a social media shout out. Today I'm shouting out from Instagram my girl Donna Webster. What's up, Donna? We appreciate you, girl. If you want me to shout you out, follow us on Instagram at Cheryl Underwood Radio.
You are listening to KUAW Radio, home of the all-new Jamal Bakes Show, and I'm Jamal Bakes, and thank you so very much for listening to the station bringing you talk, news, entertainment that you won't get anywhere else. KUAWN, of and about our community.
This is comedian Janelle Banks, and you are listening to KUAW, Kansas City.
This weekend is the last weekend before Thanksgiving, and on Blues Time in the City.
You say I be bashing men's.
Man bashing? That's Miss Jody. Man bashing. She's talking this weekend, and Tina Turner's birthday is on Thanksgiving Day, so we're showing Tina much love. Join me, Roger Bailey, for Blues Time in the City. Your weekend stop for the best in blues and Southern soul. This weekend, right here.
KUAW listeners, this is Carl Boyd for Wave Your Grades, coming to you every Saturday from 1 until 2.
We're back. Welcome to Scrilltown. So we in the second half. I like this. This is the first time I've done it like this, and I'm starting to like this. I don't know if I'm gonna get some ideas. Yeah, but we're gonna roll with it. It's your boy, Mr. Scrilltown himself, and this is an episode of Skrillology 101. And we're going into the segment of Time Waits for No One. Like I said, the number's still up there, 816-599-6893. I'm doing this improv tonight. Shout out to London Lee. He was a little bit under the weather. We're going to get him back in here eventually, but we're going to do this. Okay, so time waits for no one. What does that mean? You may ask, but this is what it means. when you're trying to be successful in any career, just the way the system's set up, nobody's waiting for you to succeed. You got to have faith in yourself before anybody can have faith in you. In order for someone to have faith in you, you have to show them. Luckily, in Missouri, we are called the Show Me State. But a lot of times you don't run into that, and you still have to show people. The only way you're going to show people is by doing things right then and there. You can't show anybody by not doing things. You can't show anybody by just talk. So the reason that I want to go into the time waits for no one segment is because there's a lot of talent in America and all over the world, but there's a difference between the doers and the talkers. Talkers talk the talk but don't walk the walk. Doers get things done. When it comes to talent, and I probably have this conversation with people 6-7 times a week, it's so much talent in the world, depending on what we're talking about: sports, movies, entertainment, music, education, the whole nine. It's a lot of talented, smart, intelligent people out here. Problem with that is that who's motivated? Who's actually wanting to do things and get them done? Who actually has the talent, the drive, the effort, and the motivation to get things done? Those are the people that you want to look towards succeeding, or you will look towards succeeding, because at the end of the day, it's all about doing the thing and not talking about it. I run into a lot of people that don't have time. They have an idea, they have all kind of talent, but they just don't have the time, and they want you to work off of their time, the time that they don't have, if that makes sense. So just think about that. As an artist manager, working off of somebody's time that don't have it. You're working with people that have the talent but no time. So you're working with people that can give you a suggestion and maybe even give you an idea on something, but when it's time to make that move, they can't make that move. When I was a CEO 15 years ago, a small indie label, we had all kind of talent. I mean, we had talent running out our ears, but we didn't have a lot of motivation, no people that were motivated. We had loyal people. We had people that would show up at every event and every studio session, every concert, every interview, every meeting. But when it came to doing the things that were necessary to move to the next level, they didn't have the time. And that is what caused me to step away from music in general 15 years ago. Because you can't have 50% loyal or 50% people that do things and do things the right way and are ready to get things done, and then another 50% of people that could get things done but just don't have the time. So yeah, time waits for no one. There's opportunities out here for artists to succeed in this industry. There's opportunities for entrepreneurs, labels, everybody to succeed. But it's up to you to have the time to do it. Do you want to succeed? Are you afraid to succeed? The book that I brought out, Yes I Can, the chapter that I wrote was called Fear of Success, Fear of Failure. That means that you have people that are actually afraid to succeed. And that's why I say, like, when it comes to time, it waits for no one, because success is a privilege. Straight up. Like, if you succeed in life, it's a privilege and a blessing. But everybody don't succeed. So, of course, the people that, the powers, that be, that can get you put in a position to succeed, they're not going to wait for you. They're not going to wait for your talent or your motivation or your drive to finally peak. They're going to move on to the next. So, I get people that send me music and all kind of different stuff, videos and all that. They got all this talent, but they ain't got the time. Well, I'll wait till next week. I'll wait till next year. My project's coming out in the spring, or blah blah blah. Well, you're dealing with people that actually can make things happen for you. They'll just move on to the next. They'll move on to the motivated person that's willing and ready to do things. They're not gonna wait for someone that's just talk. They want a doer. That's what we all want. We want doers. We want people that's motivated and that'll give you it to you straight, but also get things done. That way, if I say, hey, so and so, I got a song that I need done in the next 2 weeks. Can you get that done? Yeah, I can get that done. Cool. Let's get it done. Boom, it's done. Because they expect the same out of you. If I was a manager that didn't have time, no one would hire me, period. So why would I want to deal with artists, producers, engineers, anybody that just don't have the time, or got to put you on the back burner because of this and because of that? Now, granted, things will be important, and of course, family means everything, and bills and all that. But if you're pursuing this or anything else, then you gotta put effort into that too. Otherwise, don't pursue it, period. Just don't pursue it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You won't hurt anybody's feelings if you stop doing music, or if you stop making beats, or stop being a DJ, or stop being whatever, basketball player. You're not gonna hurt anybody's feelings, because it's 1,000 other people that want to do it. It's 1,000 other people that have time to do it. So just think about what you up against, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's like an interview when it comes to getting into the industry and succeeding. You're going up against so many other, people, and so you're interviewing. And if your interview is terrible, or if you tank your interview, then you got to worry about what the next person behind you is going to do, because his or her interview might be good, might be, exemplary. So, you got to come to the table correct with everything. Meaning that anytime you talk to somebody and it's about business, be about your business. Don't come sideways. Don't come expecting things, handouts, any of that. Because if you do, what's going on, Hickman Senior, man? What's going on, family? If you do, it's gonna let you down. Nobody's giving anything out. There's no handouts in this game. None. People have hearts, but at the end of the day, you got to think about what people deal with. If I had $1 for every time somebody told me that they didn't have it, or they could get it to me next week, or they'll get back with me, I'd be a millionaire already. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're dealing with people that have very thin patience, and it's only because of their experiences, their past experiences. So that's why when I say time waits for no one, just be ready. And like I said, it's nothing wrong with stepping back, figuring out yourself. Like I told you in the first segment, you gotta always have a game plan. If you ain't doing things strategically, then you're wrong. You can't just do things. You know, I'm just gonna go out here and rap. I'm just gonna go out here and sing. I'm just gonna go out here and no, that's not how it works. Yeah, don't be dumbfounded when it comes to stuff because, you know, you might see things on TV and you might assume that it just happened that way, but it probably didn't. Because like I said, when it comes to the entertainment industry has billions of dollars. These people aren't dummies. None of them are. Even the ones that you think are dumb ain't dumb. So that's what you got to go up against. So you got to be about your business, and you got to have time to be about your business. You know, so that's why I said, like, just know that these opportunities aren't always promised. That they aren't always around. They come and go. You know, I get situations day in and day out where if I don't take it, it might go to someone else. And that's the way it is for an artist as well, or a DJ, or like I said, an entertainer in general. You got CEOs that get opportunities that they know that if they don't take it, it might not be there tomorrow. I've had conversations with people where I've said, hey, just to let you know, this might not be here tomorrow. You know, it's up to them. They could be like, all right, I appreciate, you know, the advice or whatever. And I could be like, all right, but you know, so it's not like people are just gonna, you know, drop you on your head. But at the same token, you just gotta know, like I said, this is business. You know, these people, they only care about you when you can do something for them, for the most part. And that's just, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just being honest. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's a business. If you come in knowing that it's a business and respecting that, then you'll be fine. It ain't about making, I mean, you'll make friends, of course, you know, but it really ain't about that. Like I said, when you first write that song or make that track or whatever, you know, start your own label, how, you know, whatever position you have, just know that you are now a business person, businesswoman, businessman. And like I said, everything comes with something, a timeline, a price tag, something. You know, they might call you up and say, hey, you got one opportunity. What's going on, Gio? You got one opportunity to give me this product by Wednesday. It's Monday. You got 2 days. It's up to you. What you got? You can either tell them I ain't gonna have it, I don't have enough time, or you're gonna be like, I'll have it. They want the people that's gonna say I'll have it. They don't want the people that say they don't have enough time. And that's what's gonna distinguish how your career goes. Whether you stay underground. What's going on, Scotty, man? Scotty Mac. Whether you stay underground, indie, major, or if you go even top tier and become a mogul. If you're that person that's known for not having time, then you will stay where you're at. Guaranteed. I don't care who you are. I don't care what talent level you're on, what position you're in. If you don't have time, there's always somebody higher than you. Trust me. You could be the best producer in wherever, and you can have connections wherever. But I guarantee that connect that you have has a boss. And if you don't do things the right way, it don't matter who your connect is, because that boss will want something and he will want it now, or she will want it now. So like I said, it's all about doing things the right way, having time for the right thing, and that will distinguish where you'll go in your career. It's all about levels. You know how they always say it's levels to this stuff? It is. It most definitely is. You know, I think about it all the time. Had I not stopped 15 years ago where would I be? And I'm fine with that. But sometimes I do. I'm curious, where would I be if I didn't have certain people around that were unloyal or that didn't have the time or couldn't do this? What would have happened? You know, so just, you know, learn from experience. I've been there, you know, and granted, I had the time, but some of the people that were surrounding me didn't. And it caused things to backfire, which caused me to finally be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, just have the time. And if you don't have the time, take a step back, you know, reevaluate things. Ask yourself, is this what I really want to do? Because you don't want to waste nobody else's time. You know, everybody's on some type of schedule. So if I'm managing you and I put my faith in you, and you know I got my faith in you, and you don't have the time to make things happen, then as a person with a heart, you need to think about that. And then you need to come to your manager and say, hey, I know you got this faith in me, but right now this is what's going on. And then y'all talk about these things and y'all work at them. And then it's up to that manager or whoever to be like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this right now. Might have to let you go, or you know what, we're gonna work on these things. But just don't leave that person high and dry, because people out here that got faith in you when you don't even have faith in yourself. And sometimes that don't make sense, but that is the way the game goes. But yeah, you know, like I said, time is everything, you know, when it comes down to this stuff. And, you know, this is a good time for independent artists as a whole to really, you know, perfect their craft, put out good music, learn the game, do your research, learn all type of methods of promoting. Y'all could be learning all this stuff right now. This is a good time for all this, because come next year, it's probably gonna be moving groove. Everything might open back up. Who knows? We don't know. But if it does, you gotta be ahead of the game. You should be. You know, it's not always about just staying in the studio. That ain't gonna get it done. You know, that, like I said, the way that things were done 20 years ago aren't the way things are done now. So all those movies that we seen with everybody in the studio all the time, you just ain't got to do it that way no more. You just don't. And that's why I said about managing your time. You know, manage your time, focus on the things that you need to focus on, get the things done. Don't worry about none of that other stuff, you know, and things will come. They will. You know, at the end of the day, they will. But if you focus on the wrong thing for the wrong time, and you use too much time in one area and not enough time in the other area, everything has to be balanced, you know. And like I said in that first segment, just know what you can afford and what you can't. If you can afford to be in the studio for 2 hours a week, then that's all you need. You don't have to be in there. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym, you get some people that be in the gym for 3 hours. Then you get another person that's in the gym for 45 minutes. But guess what? They both being active and they both being healthy. Granted, one might be bigger than the other one, but they could be the same size. You know, it's all about managing your time. And what's effective? Is it effective to be in the gym for 3 hours versus 45 minutes? Just like, is it effective to be in the studio day in and day out writing songs when you could be putting out material, or in front of the camera, or on somebody's radio show? You know, you gotta think about what's really gonna work and what's not gonna work. You know, so like I said, time waits for no one. But before the show ends, I would like for someone to call in and ask me a question or shout out or something. See if y'all still alive on here. I see some people have stayed tuned in, and I appreciate that. The number is 816-599-6893. Like I said, you know, we're going to continue to do what we do in my camp, Scrilltown MO. We got a lot of things coming up in 2021. We have, first off, Christmas Day, Street Music and Meditation. This is My Therapy, Volume 1. You know, then we got your Grind Hard or Go Home, the mixtape that's going to come out in February. And then for the spring, we're going to come out with Live, Laugh, Love, and Pray. And that's going to be a collaborative project with nothing but good music on it. And that'll be the first project that I've ever released without any rap on it. So that's going to be an interesting project. Shout out to Penthouse. He's going to be the A&R on the project. Check out his music. He's doing big things out there in VA. Very talented artist. He's going to help me put this project together. But we looking for country singers, rock, pop, R&B, neo soul, gospel, anything outside of rap, reggae, you know, all that. Shout out to Boney Foz. We got him. He's going to be on the track. He's from the Caribbeans, from St. Martin. Shout out to Joshi. She's from Kansas City. She's going to be on. And, you know, shout out to Chase Moody, country singer. I think he's out of Texas. He's going to be on there. But, yeah, we plan on doing big things for 2021. You know, so I want to see what y'all really all about. But all the artists that I named and any of the artists that I've dealt with on any of the projects, they've all had time. I contact them. Shout out to Holly on Demand from New York City, Brooklyn. She is up and coming. I sent her a track 2 weeks ago. It's done. Boom. She sent it to me this weekend. It's hot. It's ready. It's going on that Grind Hard or Go Home. But that's just an example of getting things done. You know what I'm saying? Having the time. You know, we all got families, jobs, kids, the whole nine. But you got to make time for that. You got to make time in for what you believe in. So, you know, like I said, and then, you know, don't forget about the book. It's out there. If you really want to know some secrets about, you know, being an entrepreneur, get that book, 15 Mindset Secrets of Inspiring Entrepreneurs Around the World. It's on lulu.com. It's on Amazon, #1 bestseller on Amazon. But get yours from Lulu, because that's how I get paid. And then, you know, we always got the distribution, Sony Orchard, Universal In Grooves. I always have those opportunities. And of course, I do the promotion and marketing, you know, for artists and labels. But yeah, man, you know, I'm always willing to give advice to those who want to learn and listen. You know, one thing I don't tolerate is foolishness or excuses. You know, I've been there, and it's in the book. You know, grew up struggling with poverty, you know, single parent, been a single parent, you know, the whole nine. I ain't gonna give it all away, because if I give it all away, you ain't gonna buy the book. But just know that, yeah, I've been there, and the two things I don't tolerate is foolishness and excuses, and you shouldn't either. So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. This was new. Like I said, I did improv. I didn't write nothing down. I just kind of winged it. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. Walker, KUAW Radio. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the world that has a dream. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't discourage yourself. And with that being said, tune in next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm out. Scrilltown and Mo.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show.
That's what I'm talking about, Courtney Black. Where are we going, Kyle Irby?
George R. Smith College in Sedalia, Missouri. It was open from 18.
It's Courtney Black with the facts on Cheryl Underwood Radio, and you were in the entertainment segment with Courtney and Kyle. It's time for a social media shout out. Today I'm shouting out from Instagram my girl